Frazer, could you give an introduction about yourself?
Right, so I'm Fraser. I'm actually 16 years old, and I've made around 9K per month from eBay dropshipping, where I
Hmm.
implemented all the skills I learned from the dropshipping course, the ecom course,
Hmm.
and I was able to scale up my eBay store to 9 figures per month consistently.
Wait, 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 wait,
9K
wait,
per
wait.
month. Sorry, I'm stuttering over my words. Ah,
9 figures per month. That's
but
16. Whoa.
sorry, man. Sorry,
All
I'm
good, all good,
pretty
all
new
good.
to this.
So completely fine. I'm sure maybe you feel a bit of stress as well. No need.
Yeah,
Everything's okay. So 16 years old and
yeah.
making pretty much almost 10K per month. You're saying around averaging 9K. So yeah, almost at the 10K per month mark. Congratulations. Did
Thank
you
you.
have any prior experience with this sort of skill before you joined the real world?
No, with dropshipping and e-commerce, no skill at all. Initially, when I joined, I actually looked into the copywriting course. I
Hmm.
spent a couple months learning everything to do with copywriting, and then I transitioned into e-commerce and literally started off as a beginner, fresh.
Okay, so I'm sure the copywriting still came in useful, right, into the
Yes.
e-commerce business. So,
So yeah, so with the ecom business, I think copywriting where it helps is just getting set up and just bringing traction onto the web with onto my eBay store. Now, I think it helps a lot more with Shopify, but the only reason I didn't use Shopify is because I was more focused on the product research side, which I learned on the course, because I didn't want to. Obviously, I was balancing school and an ecom course at the same time. So I felt like if I got too into marketing, I might miss out on finding winning products on a consistent basis for my
mhm.
store.
Okay, fair. Now, run me through the process of how you scaled this. So you just joined the e-commerce campus, you look through the lessons,
Yep.
you start researching for a product, and then yeah, guide me through that. How did everything go?
So right, so I did start off with a Shopify store at the very beginning, but again, I felt like it required a lot more of my time, um, and it was difficult whilst being a full-time student and trying to balance a Shopify store at the same time. So I did get a winning product. I did market pretty well, and I did get around 4K in total from my Shopify store in profit. Yeah, my Shopify store in profit. But then I realized I came across eBay, and with eBay, it was very similar, except they'd promote my own products for me, and I could use a lot of different winning products. With Shopify, you had to choose a niche, and you could only sell products that related to that niche.
Mhm.
So with eBay, I started off and I listed a couple winning products that I found using the ecom course's product research methods. I listed that up on the store, and with eBay, when you first start off, it's very slow. So you would get, I guess, a couple sales per day, around with very good profit. Now, eBay have this system. It's called like a feedback system. So once you do get sales running in and they deliver it, the customers are then able to give you feedback. And if it's positive feedback, that goes on and it ups your eBay score. Then eBay start to push your store more often, and it gets put out to a wider range of customers. So then it naturally progresses and grows and scales naturally to 5 figures, even 6 figures per month, which I haven't reached yet.
Okay, okay. Now, I want to know what was your thought process when you first began? Did you imagine that you'd be where you are now? Did you ever doubt
No,
yourself? Did What was the feeling like getting that first maybe 1,000 or even first sale? Anything to talk about that?
I think it motivated me a lot. When you do see that first sale, it kind of pushes you to keep putting the work in, keep, putting the hours and sacrificing your time. When I first started off, watch a lot of Tate videos on social media telling you to, sacrifice time in order to see success. And I think Tate was a very big inspiration for me to actually get started in the real world as well as like the business world. So when I did see the first sale, I was over the moon, and it pushed me and it motivated me. And then I think if it weren't for that, I think the first sale was the reason why I was able to scale up. When I first began, I did think I was going to be successful. I knew I could work hard. If I worked hard, then anything's possible. I always have that mindset. So yeah, I feel like when I first started, it was the first sale was very important to me. I'll have it framed up somewhere if I could.
Mm-hmm. All right, because it shows you it's possible, right?
Yeah, everything. I think mindset, the most important mindset anyone can have is to always believe in yourself. Because anything is possible, and I can prove it. I think I'm living proof of that, and
Right.
I'm many others in the real world.
Right, right. And just to clarify with that, you say you knew uh, you're a hard worker, so you'd be able to achieve this. But without something like the real world, would you still be in the same position, do you think?
No, I don't think so. I think the real world gave me the foundation. Start scaling up. It gave me the foundation. I think the business mastery course, the one that I'm is probably the most important course. It's the best course in the entire world. If I had to say, I think the business mastery course, it teaches you everything to do with your mindset, your workload, like what to expect along the journey. And any entrepreneur that enters the entrepreneurial world, they have to watch business mastery course. So yeah.
Okay, very nice answer there. And how different would you say then the resources and material is within the real world compared to what's out on the internet?
Ooh, I think you the amount of value you get from the real world is you won't find that anywhere else. You're paying I think $50.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're paying $50, but you're receiving, I'd say, upwards of I think a million. I'd say £1 million worth of value. You're able to build businesses, scale e-commerce. There's so many different courses you can enter in. And if you find the one that suits you, it can honestly give you financial freedom in no time.
Right. And even if it's not just about finding the one that suits you, because they're all intertwined. So even if
Yeah,
you go through a few of them, then you'll start seeing how you can actually build a business out of applying all of these. It basically gives you all the
exactly.
skills to build a business and every single aspect of a business, whether it's the marketing, actually creating the product, shipping of the product, just yeah, everything. Everything comes together to make a whole business.
Yeah,
So yeah, cool.
true.
I rambled a bit there. Okay, so what would you say was the biggest challenge you faced when you were starting out with your
um,
eBay store?
I would say the biggest challenge was, I guess, balancing. With the ecom store is at the start it takes a lot of your time, and again, I was at six. I don't know if you know how the English school system works, but we do our
Yeah,
GCSEs.
I grew up in UK.
Yeah, so I was doing my GCSEs this year whilst trying to balance an ecom store. So I think the biggest challenge was just finding time to balance the both of them and like succeed in both. Because I do think school like I don't agree with the school system completely, but I think school does test your ability to work hard and implement yourself in
Mm-hmm.
the challenges of school.
And have you finished your GCSEs now?
Yes, I just finished them. I got my results this summer. I'm going into like I think in America they call it their junior year.
Are you going sixth form or college?
Yeah, sixth form.
Oh, nice. Okay. So after sixth form, what were your plans before you joined the real world, and have they changed for future?
Yes. So obviously I had to, in my family, it's I think uni is very important, and I wanted to go down the engineering route, but it was a lot of work, and yeah. So once you started seeing the money, and I think now I don't think uni is for me personally because I don't totally agree with the school system as I said before, but I don't. Yeah. So now my plans is just to build my own businesses, scale them up, and hopefully just not need to go uni.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think already I don't even need to if I'm being
Right,
honest.
right, right. Yeah, almost that. And is this in pounds or dollars that you converted when
Pound.
you say 9,000 per? So in dollars, you're already over 10K per month.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, since you're at this stage already at 16 years old, have you told your parents about it? Do they know?
Yeah, they are aware of it. I think one of the main, things that pushed me to continue scaling up my score was, retiring your parents. That's a very big thing for me. Just seeing your parents proud of you,
Mm-hmm.
it really inspires you to keep pushing and keep motivating. It's a
Right.
very key motivator.
Okay, fair. And do they support what you're doing? Were they skeptical of it?
Yes, at the beginning they were skeptical. With anything, I think with parents that really care about you, they're always going to be skeptical about anything that you start with. But I think once they start seeing the successes and the rewards that you get from it, I think all parents will start supporting you eventually.
Right. Exactly. And how different is your average day now compared to before you joined the real world?
Very different. Before I joined the real world, I'd say I'd call myself what Andrew Tate would have called me, a loser. Because when you're young, all you care about is video games, your social life, and yeah, I started getting into self improvement before I stumbled across Andrew Tate, and I started going to the gym, getting my body right, my mental health right. And then I came across Andrew Tate and the real world, and I joined, and it was able to increase my productivity by at least 100 times.
Mm-hmm.
So now
So yeah,
yeah. So
average
now
day now.
I'd get up early. I try getting a few hours of deep work where I focus on my eBay store or grow other businesses that I'm trying to focus on, and then go to the gym around midday. Again, get back maybe two more hours of deep work, and then you always have to be working. I think my favorite quote of Andrew Tate is his analogy of the plane where he says a plane will keep
Yeah.
moving if you're using speed. I live by that, and it's a very key thing that keeps replaying in
Uh,
my head.
Fun. Okay, very nice. So since you're on this trajectory, where do you see your life heading in the short term, medium term, and long term?
I think the next step I'm taking is to become a social influencer. So again, the way that Andrew Tate has been able to influence my generation, generations older than me, younger than me, that kind of does inspire me as well to also become an influencer and kind of inspire the next generation, even my generation as well. So I think the next step for me is to grow my own personal brand, possibly use social media, grow my social media networks, and see where I can end up. Hopefully, I can scale to have the same amount of influence Andrew Tate has, but it's gonna be difficult.
Mhm. But again, it's a worthy goal to have.
Yeah.
So completely fair. All right. What kind of an impact has Tate had on you? I'd like to know a bit more on that.
I think Tate is honestly like everything that Tate has done. I'd love to meet him one day. You know, I think he's completely transformed my life in many aspects. I think my mindset, the way I take care of myself, the way I view even religion, family. Uh, so yeah, he's taught me a lot about even men's mental health and how we should go around expressing ourselves. I think Andrew Tate. There came a time before Andrew Tate where I literally was wasting my life. I'd come home from school, hop on PlayStation, waste my time, and then you stumble across Andrew Tate, and he just honestly helped me improve myself physically. I was able to then hit the gym, take that seriously, found ways of making money, interacting, networking with people. Honestly, Andrew Tate, I think if I couldn't even thank him enough.
Uh, and that's the same with, as in, he has had the same impact with so many people I interview. I hear a similar story. So it's beautiful to listen to.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you
know.
for
It's
sharing.
it's just such a shame how the media like tries to bring him down.
Mhm.
It's just I think the Matrix is a real thing. Like we can all agree on this. Like
Mhm.
as soon as they see someone influencing and changing and waking up a whole generation, they have to shut him down, and it's such a shame to see that.
How do the people in your school react when they hear anything about Tate?
Ooh, so in England, I think it's very split, very split. So you have obviously, I'd say half. Oh no, a quarter to half are very much in support of Andrew Tate. They agree with everything he says. They see the view they have on him. But that's students. Now, when it comes to the teachers, that whole group that goes against Andrew Tate, it's a very different story. They bring you down. The school is literally trying to. I can remember whole assemblies to the whole school about why Andrew Tate is such a bad person and all this negative influence of what he's doing. Wait, I
Mhm.
apologize. Can you hear that?
Yeah, all good. No problem.
All right. Yeah, so I think the school with the teachers and like the headmasters, they're really trying to shut him down because I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. I think the actual school system is trying to shadow him, but yet most of the students, well, half of them still agree with him and
Mhm.
everything that he says.
Right. Yeah, again, that would be off topic if we go into too much, but I was interested to hear from your perspective as a 16-year-old going through the school system, because you get those news reports about it being like Andrew Tate being banned from schools, like talked about all that stuff. So yeah, wanted to hear how it is, how it
Yeah,
actually is.
it's really bad. Like, it's not even a one-time assembly. Like, you'd think they just do one assembly and they call it a day. No, it's constant. Like, I don't understand. Like, why do they want to shut him down so bad?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, thank you for sharing that. And the notifications you were getting, it was every sale you get a notification, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Just every time you just pop another 50, another 50.
Oh,
It is what it is.
my bad. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, all good, all good. Okay, so I'm happy to wrap up there. So for my final question, for people who are unsure about joining the real world because maybe they think it could be a scam for $50, what advice would you have to them?
It's not a scam. That's the only thing I can say. It is gonna be the best decision you could ever make. And I think you'll thank yourself in even 2 months, 3 months. You're gonna be thankful. You're gonna be so happy that you decided to click that button and join the real world. The best $50 you'll ever spend,
Exactly.
guaranteed.
Exactly. Okay, so if people want to find out more about you or contact you, where can they do
Yeah.
so?
So my socials are Fraser Matthias. Would you include it like a
Yeah,
like a
I'll add it
link?
all to the description. So
All right,
what
no
links are we
problem.
going to give? Instagram,
So
TikTok?
yeah, so Instagram and TikTok. So I'm trying to grow out my TikTok right now. I'm having a bit of troubles, but again, it's a learning process, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes.
Mhm.
But it's Fraser Matthias for my TikTok, and there I give a lot of, I guess, tips that I've learned from Tate and from my own experiences as an entrepreneur that could help and guide you in maybe choosing the real world or starting up your own business.
Mhm. Okay, cool. So as I said, we'll add those to the description of the video. Anyone interested, check them. And I look forward to doing a follow-up with you in future, keeping in touch, because at 16, achieving what you're achieving so far, having that mindset, as long as you continue on that trajectory, you're going to go very far. So again, look forward to checking in on your progress and documenting it.
Thank you. Nice meeting you, Rokas.
You as well. So all the best to you.